Welcome back to Rolling Country Outdoors. Somehow I missed filming what I have started here, but what I'm doing is putting in an electrical outlet out here because we're going to be pouring concrete right here for the patio. We pulled up those pavers and there's the driveway, and this is all going to be concrete. We're going to be putting a door in right here going into the garage. But the only power we had was that outlet there, and so I am going to pull a line out here and put an outlet here at the end of the patio so we can hook up our outside garden lights again. So that's what I'm working on. I've dug the hole, I've got the pipe in there, so that's where I'm at. So we'll get started. What I'm doing here is I just want to get this line straight up that wall into that box. I'm going to replace that box with an external box so I can neatly get that wire into, and it's all sealed up tight. That's an older box and it's loose on that wall there, so we'll replace that box. I want to get that straight, and so it's all nice whenever we get done here. So that's what I'm working on now. Kind of thinking maybe I need to replace that receptacle now. It might be easier because I can move that conduit around. So let me see if I can take that cover off her and see what it's going to take to move it now. I don't really want to cause more work for me, but if it's easier to do it now, I'd rather do it now. If you're not comfortable messing with electricity, I would always hire this out. I've been doing my own electrical work for 20 years now or so. And, I don't mind doing my own. I'm comfortable with it. I was going to show you my electrical tester. This is just a cheap Klein electrical tester. Tells you whether or not there's power at where you're at. I know there is with this, but I'll show you how this works. There's a button here. You just turn it on. You'll see the button there. Just hold it up to your line, and if it's beeping like that, that means that is live. So that is a live circuit. Before I do touch that, I will turn that breaker off. I won't touch anything that's live. I'm not that comfortable or stupid. All right, the issue I'm having is there's already a box in the wall. There's already a hole there, and it's oriented horizontal, and the boxes I have are oriented vertical. Actually, have a couple of different boxes. This box here, it has the 3/4 inch holes in it that I would need, but it has to go in there like that because that's how my conduit comes up. And I could bring the conduit in from the side, but this PVC doesn't have 9-degree elbows. It's a sweeping elbow, and I don't want a sweeping elbow. Like for water lines, it's got a 9-degree elbow. I got this box, but it's the wrong size fittings on there. So I think I'm going to go to Lowe's and take a look at what my options are to work with this 3/4 inch PVC conduit that I've got in here. And that will work with a horizontal box that will be oriented horizontal. So there's a box in the wall. The other thing I could do is put a wood plate up there and then mount this to that would cover that old box up. So if I can't find something like that, maybe I'll do that. I'll get a wood block and stain it, make it match the rest of the wood out here, and maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Right now I'm just going to cover this hole up because I think it's safe to do that. I'll button this back up so it's safe and back in the wall, and then I'll go to Lowe's and see what my options are for that. So hang tight, let's get started here, or wrapped up here. All right, I'm gonna leave this like this, and I'll go to Lowe's figure out what our options over there, or I will get a piece of wood, get it stained, and put it up there and cover that hole, and just put an external box on it. Might be the easiest thing to do. Okay, Scott back here with Rolling Country Outdoors. It's the next day. Went to Lowe's, got a couple of parts that I need for this electrical, change out this electrical box so we can get our underground conduit in over to the edge of the porch. So when we get our concrete in here, it is under the concrete already. So first thing you want to do is, before you mess with this power, is make sure that your power is off. And I showed you yesterday that I have this little tool. Turn it on. Well, looks like maybe it lost power over here. Maybe it tripped a breaker or something, because it snowed today, and so it might have got wet in behind there. So either way, I'm going to go turn the breaker off just to make double sure that there is no power once I start pulling this apart. So I'll be right back. All right, I think I have the power off, but we're going to double check it here. This is another little tester you can plug into it. It'll light up. It's got power. Oh, and we do. We do have power. So, yeah, let me do this. Let me get the cover off. I'm going to get my impact driver, be a little quicker, and a couple of plugs to get this on here, so I'll be right back. All right, I got one I needed. I think I got the breaker off too. Let's just double check it here. Yep, it's off. I'm just going to double check it. Yep, we're off. I like to just make sure. Again, if you're not comfortable doing electrical work, hire a professional to do it. It's safer, easier. They're not cheap, but I guess if your life is worth it, probably not expensive either. Okay, so what I found is a exterior box that's a double gang, so I'm gonna have to put a double gang box there, and 2 plugs, but I can come out of there with our pipe, so that's why I went with this. I guess I'm gonna see what's behind this box, if I need to take the box out. Okay. The way these work, you can either put them in the terminals on the sides, or you can just plug them into the back. I think I'm going to put them on the terminals. So I've got to connect these two together. So I just got a piece of Romax that I can cut, tie those together, and then tie the source in there. So let's get this box installed. So this is the box that I got. It'll have everything in here we need. It's a metal box, and we're going to go into it with this gray PVC that I put in yesterday. It comes with 2 plugs. I need one of those plugs. So we'll put this plug in the top. That'll be watertight. It's also underneath this eave here, so that'll help. The wires will come through there, and then we'll go out the bottom with the new conduit I put in yesterday. Also got these fittings. It's got the threads on one side, and my pipe will go in the other. So we'll screw this into here. Feed the wire in here. I'll go get my glue to glue this on there. And then that will go up there like that. And the wires will feed through here. Like that. I may have to adjust this line just a little bit down here, and I'll screw that to the wall. Be good to go. So let me get these 2 plugs tied together here. Just cut off enough to work with. Pull these out. This is 12, I guess 12-2 wire. 12-2 if I remember right. Which means 2 wires, number 12 size wire. It's good for up to, I think, 20 amps. This is a 15 amp circuit. So we'll cut the ends off here with my strippers. It's called a stripper, wire stripper. So the gold terminals are for your black wires. The silver terminals are for your white wires. I need to tie these 2 together. And my needle nose pliers have jumped out of my bag, so I need to go get some needle nose wires so I can put a nice turn in that to go around the terminals. So I will be right. Found my needle nose pliers. Now what I'm going to do is just put a loop in these wires so I can connect the 2. So I put that on there like that. I like to close this up. You always want to put it on there the same direction that you're going to be tightening. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, then tighten the terminal down. Okay, and just strip the other end because that's going to go into the other terminal. Loop it around. Again, Gold terminals, black wire, white wire goes into silver terminals. Pretty simple. Tighten that down and do the same thing with the white. The loop's going to be the opposite direction. It's on the other side. Okay. Try to close that loop. Tighten her down. Same with the other side. Okay, everything's tight. Those two are connected. I got my black on the gold, black on gold, white on silver on both those. Then we just need to attach the mains coming in to one of these terminals, and then we'll attach the end that's going to that will go to the end of the deck for the lights as well. Now I need to attach this to the wall. I think I need to go get the shovel to move this cable a little bit and go get my glue for this. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm just going to dig a little bit out here so this conduit will not be at such an angle there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of cement on here. Just water seal this up. You don't have to primer this. This is voltage. This primer is really for water. Let's put a little bit. Now I think I'm going to have to go get a drill bit to put holes in here to attach it to the wall there. So I'll be right back. I need to get a drill bit. I put holes up in the top corners of that so it'll grab some wood behind there. I know there's always peat back there. At least it'll grab onto. So I made sure those holes are out as far as I could so they could get into the meat of the wall there. Now I've got these exterior screws we're going to use to attach it to the wall. We got some good wood there. And I'll go back and put some silicone around this as well. I believe that'll work. Okay, let me get this stripped back so I can work with this. gonna strip this sheathing off here. Now we'll strip these wires back. Strip enough back so you can make that loop in there with your needle nose pliers. White one's going to roll under because it's clockwise. Black one's going to roll up because that's clockwise when you're tightening on the terminal. Okay. So I've already tied these two together. So now all I need to do is plug up the line power to one side of this, and then I can actually go to the other out to the other side. So pretty straightforward. Let's get our loops in there. Oh, I think I already did. Let's put loops in this one here. I need to strip a little bit more back on those. And make sure you leave enough to get that good loop in there. Okay. And yep, all we gotta do is hook the black to the gold and white to the silver. Should be good to go. Let me get this ground out of the way here. We'll need to tie those together. Let me get this white first. You might notice that these are not GFI plugs because it's on the GFI circuit, and so you don't need a GFI plugs on a GFI circuit. Okay, there's that. Now we need to hook up the line going out. I think it's load is what's coming in, line is going out. I believe that's how it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Make sure your wires are tight. So don't have any problems down the road. Okay. We're all connected. Now we just need to connect the grounds. You can make a loop with these. Same thing. That'll work too. Instead of the needle nose. Wrong way. I still like to use the needle nose and close that up. I'm just closing that loop is what I'm doing. And then we'll need to tie all four of these together, but I'm going to have to go get a I don't like how that. Okay. I need to go get a cap where I can put these 4 wires in there, and then we'll put the cover on there. Be done. I'll be right back. Okay, I should be able to get these 4 in this red cap. This is the ground wire for everything. So I got 2 jumpers coming off plugs, and then going into the 2 wires coming from the load and the line. Should be able to do this. Okay, it looks like it's good. One final step I like to do is to put electrical tape around these terminals. Just make sure you don't get your screw in there. It just covers those terminals up while it's in the wall here. Not sticking real well because it is cold out here. It's probably 28 degrees now. So it's not going to stick real well. Now we should be able to put all of our wires in the box. So on the cover, it looks like those 2 outside screws need to be on the outside of this. Yeah, along with that inside screw. So that's why I'm taking these screws out. And typically they would go right into there, but I believe it wants that cover on there before you do that. I think that has to do with the waterproof of it, that gasket that needs to go in there. So I'm taking the back side of these little holders of the screws off of there so I can get these screws out easy. break. All right, I think we're good there. We're going to shift gears and we're going to come down here. And I'm going to get this terminated out here. So I gotta go see if I've got another, I think I do, another exterior box. We'll stick a board in the ground, attach it to that. I think it's gonna be the best way to do this one. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Well, I'm not sure how much of that you saw. So all I did was put the lines in here and terminate them. I need to put the ground on there, and then we should be able to button this up. Putting the ground on here. Flip that around, and then got a cover for this one to pull out. So I got that. That should work. And I think it's going to be similar to the other one, and that I need to put the screws in there. Let's see where the screws go. There's a couple of different holes here. Let's try to get this gasket on these screws. What I'm trying to do here. There we go. This one started. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I can feel that gasket sucking up, so it's doing what it's supposed to do here. This is out in the element, so that's why I put the GFI on there. That should be pretty tight. And then I'll mount and put a board back here and we'll be done. So let me go turn the power back on and make sure everything's working. So I'll be right back. Yeah, that's a good sign. There we go. I think we're good there. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. There we go. Yep. So we're good. I think we're going to call that a success. Took longer than it should, but what would that have cost if you had an electrician come out and put a new plug on there, run that wire, put an external one out there for you? What would that cost? I have no idea, probably $500. I did have to go pick up some parts, and he may have had the parts to do it here. All right, so what's left is I got to cover the hole up, and I'll cut a board and get it stained to match the wood there. We'll do that tomorrow. But I think that's going to be a wrap for this project. Thanks for watching Rolling Country Outdoors, and we'll catch you on the next one.